Hey guys, this is Andy with GYW. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to save some tomato seeds, so I thought you might want to come along while I do that. But first of all, why don't you get your wellies, meet me in the garden. Okay guys, so here's the jar of seeds that I put some water in, and this has been sitting. I just kind of shake it like this every couple days, but it's been 6 days, so it's been in here plenty of time. There's scum in here. Let's take a look. This does actually have kind of a little bit of a sort of funky smell inside of here. It's just kind of, let's see if I can get that close enough. It's got some scum in there, still kind of mixed with seeds, and we're gonna swill this around a little bit. I'm gonna top it up with some water. So as you can see here, we're just gonna swill this around with some cold water. So you kind of see what's going on there. A lot of bits of gel still left in there. The seeds are kind of hanging, some of them in the middle water, but quite a few have sunk to the bottom, so that's good. That's what we want. The ones at the bottom are viable. So I'm going to pour off the excess. If any seeds on the top come out, that's okay because they're not good anyway. And then we're just going to repeat that process. So now we're going to take our seeds and we're going to run them through this sieve here. So a couple left in there. That's it. So now we're just going to rinse these. Give them a pretty good rinse. And actually, you know, there's not just a whole ton of seeds here, but I probably replaced the packet they came from. We'll count them here when we get them dried up. Or on the paper to dry, I should say. And I'm just kind of rubbing them a little bit to get any of that extra mucus off, the gel off of there. Now doing this, putting your seeds through the fermentation process with the mold in the jar for a few days is what makes them live longer. These seeds will be viable for longer. The main thing at this point is they've got to be really dry. Before you put them in a sealed bag of any kind, they need to be totally dry. So now I'm just going to take this paper plate, put a couple of coffee filters on there. You can use paper towels, whatever's easiest for you. Shake the excess water off and then put these in here. Okay. And What you'll want to do is spread these out. They tend to want to stick together a little bit here, so I just try and separate them out. Two there. Now, over the course of the next few days, each time, a couple times a day, you go by and just move them around a bit so that different sides of the seed are drying out. So they dry evenly, basically, is what I'm saying. Because the main thing, you want them to be absolutely dry when they go in that little plastic bag at the end of this. So, and I'm going to show you one of those I did actually last year with the same kind of seeds. So I'm counting a total of 55 seeds there. You know, if even half of those were to germinate, that's not bad. These seeds are kind of expensive, and some of your varieties, whether it's because they're a unique heirloom or perhaps because they're an F1 hybrid but they're harder to find, those seeds tend to be more expensive. So this really concludes the seed saving part. That's actually not too bad. When these are dry, I'm going to put them in a little plastic bag, put a label on that that says what they are and what year that they are harvested in. So I'll put that on the bag. That way when it's in my seed collection, I can use the older ones first. I can also give some away if other people want them. So one of my viewers made a comment about these seeds for microtoms being an F1 hybrid, and I looked them up, and I guess I was just assuming they were an heirloom of some kind. They have been around for quite a long time, but not 50 years plus, which would make them an heirloom. But it does actually say in several places that they're an F1 hybrid. The Tomato Society, the World Tomato Society, I beg your pardon, says that these are an open pollinated seed. So that's a little bit confusing to me as to what I'm actually dealing with. So I'm going to keep looking for information. Certainly in the history, they were originally started and were an F1 hybrid out of the University of Florida, but I don't know if they have been worked on since then to go for open pollination, or if they remain an F1 hybrid to this day. If they're an F1 hybrid, then these seeds, they're self-pollinated and there was no other types of tomatoes around, so they're probably going to be fairly close to the parent plants. But F1 hybrids are known for being unstable, meaning they can have some features of whatever other plant they were crossed with. So it'll be a bit of an experiment, and I've got to do some further research. I'm going to try and get a hold of somebody, maybe you're an expert in tomatoes and can tell me if you're aware of whether they're an F1 hybrid or if they are in fact open pollinated. But either way, I'm going to keep the seeds and I'm going to try them, because there's no harm in trying. I'm all about doing experiments, as you all know. So, but I do appreciate the comment, and hopefully we'll find out the answer to that for sure, so I can let you know on a later video. The process of saving seeds is the same, whether these are going to work out or not. Just do the same thing. 4 to 6 days of fermenting is plenty of time. Drying really well is the main thing, but most definitely if you're raising heirloom tomatoes in your garden, the seed method I'm showing here will work really well for that. So there you go. So I appreciate you all watching. I hope this helps a little bit. Not a difficult process, pretty easy, and free seeds. Once you bought those heirlooms the first time, free seeds every year if you'll do this little step here. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Until then, bye now.